Hello, everybody. Hi, Eat Sleep Puth. I think I'm starting to get hoarse. I don't want to show that label. Hello, 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 everybody joining us. Gonna have Stephen in here shortly. Now I just do what I do best. I just like to wave. Well, thank you guys for joining us, for coming to check this at-home wild live out. My name is Carmine, for those of you that don't know. And we're gonna have some fun. See how Stephen's holding up while quarantined and see what's new and exciting, or as new and exciting as it can be. Sean, it definitely is, man. It is becoming a regular thing, my man, which I like. It's really cool. It gets lonely in the studio, so I enjoy the companionship, for sure. Hello, Dave. What's up, Andrew? How you doing, bro? And as always, if you guys have any questions for Stephen, once he jumps on, just pop them in the comment section. I got a couple on this end as well, so feel free to ask him anything. That's appropriate, of course. He's going to perform for us, so it's going to be real cool. So for the next 30 plus minutes, we're going to have some fun. You guys are going to enjoy it. And like I said, thank you so much for joining us for another At Home Wild Live. You mean just us? You just want to check out our studio, Sean? I mean, I could give you guys a grand tour one of these days. It's just me, so we're good. Stephen is in the building.
It worked.
Yo, it works. What's going on, man?
I always have like this scared anxiety that the send request button is just fake. And I'm like, oh crap, I'm gonna be late.
Just think about it on my end. I'm like, I have one job. I just have to hit the accept. If I hit accept, we're good.
That's pretty good, yeah.
So how are you, man? Where are you holding up?
I'm in my place. I literally haven't left this couch friggin' forever, man. It's kind of great. But I'm definitely running low on food, so I should probably get to that. How about you?
Basically the same. I haven't really left the studio much. I'm fortunate I get to go to and from the studio still because I'm like 6 minutes out, so it's not terrible. So
Good.
It definitely could be worse. It's lonely though, so that's why my human interaction is just basically you and I. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm thriving. I'm thriving.
You're thriving?
Yeah, I love that I don't have to, I mean, I put pants on today, but I can't speak for the previous 6-7 days. So.
And we can't even know if you're telling the truth or not because we can't see. It's here up. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. No, I am. I promise.
So are you going to go grocery shopping or are you going to have someone deliver some food, some much needed supplies for you on the couch?
I mean, honestly, I have like 20 pieces of frozen chicken. So I'm going to see how long that lasts me, and I'm just going to hold out. It's good. It's forcing me to not eat pizza because I was literally crushing a frozen pizza every night for the first 2 weeks of the lockdown, and had one of those talks with myself in the mirror, and I was just like, dude, you're better than this. Come on.
So you go from pizza to frozen chicken. So you're definitely moving up, man.
Yeah, well, I buy the thing and I stick it in the freezer. I'm still kind of learning how to cook. I'm terrible at it. I'll be honest.
I mean, what is your go-to though? If you had to pick one thing to cook that people won't be like, do me a favor, never cook again, what would it be?
I would 100% order Postmates and take it out of the stuff and just say I made it. Shamelessly, yeah, I have no problem doing that.
that is good. And the frozen pizza of choice, is it pepperoni, sausage, plain?
Yo, I don't know there was this brand, I have no idea. It was like some pesto pizza, but it was crazy good. Like it tasted not like a frozen pizza. I don't know what it's called, but it was good, man.
We might have to have the Stephen Puth pizza reviews coming soon.
I don't know. Barstool's kind of got that on lock.
I know. Prez has it. Prez does have it for sure.
I straight up watch that every day, and he roasted this one called Jack's Pizza yesterday or 2 days ago. Terrible flop though. Haven't seen flop like that ever. So sad.
Really? It was that suspect.
Yeah, it was sketchy, dude.
But so what have you been doing in quarantine besides obviously snacking on frozen food and pretending to be able to cook?
Um, Honestly, I have like a little studio set up here, so I mean, it's not in its cleanest form, but you know, I just kind of mess around there, see if I come up with any ideas. Um, this is probably horrible to admit, but I just started watching the show called Love Island.
Real? Oh, which one? Well, which one? There's versions. There's a UK version. There's an
UK,
Australian version.
UK, and it's like it's kind of like a tamer Jersey Shore, so I'm kind of into it. It just kills time, honestly. So just kind of bounce
The
between
slang
that.
is the best. I enjoy the slang. The slang that you never hear, like when they call somebody fit and stuff like that. I'm like, because I do watch it. As you can tell, I watch Love Island. So
Yeah, and when they have like they'll have like guys or girls with like super thick like Scottish accents. I have no idea what they're saying. It's awesome.
well, yeah, because the UK they blend it from everywhere. It could be England, it could be Scotland. I think Ireland's on there as well. So
Yeah, it's so I've just kind of been doing that, and then try to get a little prison workout in the living room in between. But
can we see what your prison routine is? Do you have your weights there? Do you have
I mean, you're
frozen pizzas? Two frozen pizzas on popsicle sticks and just grinding it out.
no, it's actually it's brutal actually. There's no weights. It's just literally push-ups, sit-ups, and like it's like this whole list. And it doesn't seem like a lot. You can finish it in 20 minutes if you're a psycho, but it'll take you an hour. And like I'm definitely sore from it. So, but try to do that. I don't know. To be honest, I kind of like the time alone. Um, I get to reset a little bit, but I'm definitely hitting the point of almost stir crazy.
And as your writing reflected that, like, are you kind of writing songs that are basically quarantine influence, or it's about the world
I
it
don't.
used to be?
I mean, to be honest, I'm just trying to make something that sounds cool. But like, yeah, I've definitely tried to be like, oh, how can I make something? Like, I feel like there's two routes where it's like people try to make like quarantine spoof songs, or like they're trying to write the next We Are the World or something. And it's like, it's really hard to write the next We Are the World because it's like you're sitting there, and on top of it, you're just sitting there alone. You're not bouncing ideas off anybody. I mean, you can try FaceTiming like friends while writing, but you got to be like in the room with people. It just kind of helps. So I've just been putting little ideas together and just seeing what I can, just let things flow naturally. Like I'm not going to force it.
Yeah.
As long as I'm just trying to make music every day, I feel like that's a win.
If you come out with the frozen foods and prison workout song, you know what? It all happened right here.
Dude, that would be so sketchy.
And Stephen, you want to ask a couple questions that the listeners wanted answered? You cool with that?
Yeah, sure.
Because I know you're also going to perform for us. Spoiler alert for everybody that didn't know, Stephen's going to hook it up with a performance. So I like this one. I like this one, especially when quarantined. If you could pick a 4-person supergroup to be quarantined with, who would it be, dead or alive?
Four people plus me making 5.
Yeah, we'll do 5. 5 works. Because now
that's,
it gives you more options. Now it's a tougher.
nah, that's just easy. I mean, I would just go quarantine with my family because it's just way easier. But if
So
there
your
was
brother,
like,
your sister.
yeah, mother, father, that's 5 right, or 4 right there. But I guess like I don't know, it'd be cool to pick the brains of like old school like Van Morrison, James Taylor, like. I don't know. Honestly, I'd want to hang with Mike Tyson. I don't know why, but I feel like that could get weird, and I'd be down.
That would definitely get weird. There's no doubt that it won't get weird if Mike Tyson's there. You'll have
He's
pigeons.
like,
They'll definitely have pigeons there somehow. There's gonna be pigeons involved. So it's
pigeons and personal training sounds pretty good to me, man.
God, you know what? I like that. I would never have guessed Mike Tyson for that super group. I would have never guessed Mike Tyson on that one.
I think it'd be pretty sick.
And then this one is from Vanessa in Boca. Were you a good student?
Yeah, I actually was. I went to like a boarding school, in fact, a boarding school, and it was mainly framed around academics. When I was in high school, I mean, yeah, I did pretty well. I just I could have probably applied myself better, but I had good grades. I had really good grades, and then I went to college, and I kind of got bored with college by the end of it. But I mean, I went through it, so.
All right, well, you
Yeah,
did it, man. It worked out. It worked well,
uh,
one way or the other.
school's cool. I mean, maybe it was my fault. I studied history, and like, I don't know, it gets a little boring. I mean, it's cool though. Like, there's definitely some stuff where I don't know. I just watched this documentary, or not documentary, this show on Amazon, which is like loosely based on reality, called Hunters. You see
Okay,
that?
what's that about?
It's like Nazi Germany, like, but it's like based on true stories, and like there's just some crazy stuff where you're just like, whoa, that actually happened. Like that's dark, but it's cool because like you can kind of relate everything. I'm like, wait, I learned about that in school, so kind of helps.
And then this is a good follow-up question since we're talking about history. This one's from Rachel in Jupiter. If you had a time machine, what would be the one time period you'd go back to check out?
Ooh, that's a really good question. I mean, I definitely wouldn't want to go too far back where they're like warring like they have war every day because I'm not that. I'm not a good fighter. So maybe something a little more peaceful. I don't know. I would throw like, I don't know. I'd say like probably 60s, 70s. Just keep it easy. Minus the drugs. I'm not really into that part.
I like how people that might not be familiar with Jupiter, they think I'm talking about the planet. You see, they put the alien in Jupiter right next to that. It's pretty funny.
She literally transmitted signals, dude. It's crazy.
And then another one real quick. It's this one from Mike in West Palm Beach. He said, if you had one superpower, what would it be?
You know, I was actually thinking about that in the shower yesterday, and that's probably really weird to admit, but
that's why we get the best, bro. That's why we do these, to get the inner workings of what's going on in your mind.
I mean, if I could fly, like, obviously, no brainer, that'd be pretty cool. But honestly, I want to talk to fish, and I want to be able to, like, hold my breath underwater. I want to be friends with, like, sea otters.
Sea otters. That's, you know, that's solid, Brian. I know how you, I saw on your Instagram you said I could talk to animals, so that kind of touches base.
Sometimes. I love sea otters. I've never actually like seen one or touched one in real life, but I learned the dumbest fact. I love it though. They carry this rock, right?
Yeah.
And they have like a pouch, like a kangaroo. They carry that same rock throughout their whole life, and scientists don't know if it's because they just like to have a rock for fun to like throw around because they play with it, or if it's strictly for like a tool to like break dams.
Either way, man, if they use tools, that's pretty impressive.
I don't know, but yeah, I'd be like Scuba Steve essentially, just talking to fish and stuff.
So we found out from Stephen Puth that otters have pet rocks, and no one would have ever known that before.
They got pet rocks. They just seem cool. I don't know. I'd like to be one in my next life.
That's so, and you've never even seen one up close. That's the craziest part. I love that. Like, you love sea otters, but yet it's something.
I got YouTube. I got YouTube. It's all good.
And then this one's just for me. If you could be quarantined with one of your songs to listen to on loop for 24 hours, which song would it be?
That's such a mean question though, because like
it's like your children. It's like asking which one of your children would you want to be quarantined with.
I have this minor rule where once the song's out, I don't like to listen to it anymore. Because yeah, a lot of people don't realize. I mean, like I'll still listen to it. Don't get me wrong, but the problem is that you've heard it so many times.
Yeah.
And if I'm, the way that I sang something or the way, like, whatever drum sample I put in, and I'm just like, why did I do that? Or why is it that loud? And it's like, you can't go back and fix it. So that's why I don't like to listen to it anymore after. But, I mean, I don't know. That's a tough decision. I guess
it's only for 24 hours if I can make it easier on you. It's not the end of the world. You don't
it's 24 hours?
Just for 24 hours. I feel like I put a lot of pressure on you.
Yeah, I mean, probably Half Gone or Crying My Eyes Out. I could get through those. Honestly, no. Crying My Eyes Out, and here's why. not that I have a preference towards either song. It's just because it's got energy, and if I don't have a song that's upbeat, like Half Gone will make me depressed and think about my college girlfriend. So if I'm like upbeat, I'll want to maybe work out or like, you know, mood boost or whatever. Even though that's also a sad
Crying
song.
your eyes out is the mood booster. So
No, but like
when you're getting shredded, crying my eyes out.
It's upbeat though, you know what I mean? So it's like I could channel that anger and sadness at the same time.
Dude, that's so great. But Aaron, to touch on that as well, you did an acoustic version of that. How does that change the dynamic of if you get not tired of the song, but how you said, you know, when you hear it a certain way, you might have composed it?
Well, I think what's cool is with the acoustic version, it's just like, it's a different approach. I like doing acoustic versions where they'll still have the same elements. Like the guitar will still be played the same way to some extent, but then it'll change up at some point. You know, like my first song, Sexual Vibe, is like very like 60s surf rock. But I was like, I want to try to play it to the best of my ability how James Taylor would play it. And then that's how I made that acoustic version. Like, and I slowed it down a little bit, like just for fun, because I don't know, acoustic versions, it's cool if they have energy, but I don't know. I like slowing them down and chilling them out, because if I'm going to go listen to acoustic music, it reminds me of like, I don't know, when I just wanted to like be a teenager, chill out, or I have to do homework. I don't know, you know? So it's cool to flip up.
And if you were going to write a how-to to listen to your music, would you start with your first one, Sexual Vibes, and then kind of like history, evolve, see the evolution of Stephen Puth? Would you start there?
I mean, yeah, honestly, the release dates are pretty good order of where I'm at, but yeah, it's cool because, you know, it's like, yeah, it was happy, sad, 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 but next one's gonna be happier. So
all right, it's like a mood chart. It's a Stephen Puth mood chart is basically your music catalog.
We're pretty much summarizing my online dating experience. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, we're just going through the motions and see what happens.
Do you online date? Can I ask that question? Are you an online dater?
Honestly, I mean, I have one account that I never use. It's this program called Raya, and it's just a little too uppity for me. Like, I think it's weird. Like, you know, I like, no disrespect to people that wind up finding people that date people on online stuff, but it's a little too like forced. The whole objective of the dating app is like, it's like, I don't know, like sometimes I'll just either be to myself, like I'll go in phases. Like right now I'm like really to myself. And then there'll be phases where it's like, I will literally walk by someone on the street and I'll just look at them and I'll just try to like, just shoot my shot and see what happens. Like, but you know, I'm weird like that. I definitely, you know, as I've mentioned before, like I don't have a celebrity crush. I honestly can't name too many celebrities, but I kind of just like I like finding the weird ones. But right now I'm just kind of in my own like literal isolation, and I kind of like it, you know. I get to work on it, so.
And
cool.
Honestly, I've always been that guy too. It's better with that human interaction, because first off, when you see that person on the street, you know it's that person, not someone's picture that may or may not be that person when you meet them, if you decide to date them from an online profile. So that element of surprise is no longer there, which is a good thing.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I mean, one time, this was a couple years ago, but like there was like she had like the bulletin board, and she was like, "Hey, do you want to support?" And like I just cut her off, and I was just like, "I'm sorry, like can I like get drinks with you sometime?" And like as I said it, right, I literally just immediately think to myself, "Oh my God, that was so stupid. Why did I just do that?" And then she was just like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Oh, that's kind of sick."
That's awesome.
I had no idea that was gonna work.
Turns out she was actually trying to save sea otters, so it came full circle.
It's cool. We're like just friends, but it was cool. It's a good way to meet people, you know. Like it's just cool to put yourself out there. Like I don't know. A lot of people seem like they hide from rejection, and it's like you just gotta own it. it builds character. Like, who cares if you get rejected?
Yeah.
But I'm also the worst person to take advice from for romance because, you know. But hey.
So we'll have a disclaimer. Don't listen to anything Steven's saying. And my man, would you mind performing for a little bit? You feel good?
Yeah. You know, I was tuning this thing. These strings are shot, and it's annoying. I can't really. I like to just go to Guitar Center down the street. I can't really do that. So.
The world we live in now, bro.
I know. I'm gonna switch this up a little bit. It's not the most flattering view, but close enough. Yeah, I'll pick my eyes out. Since maybe I'll start playing it for 24 hours straight, and I'll let you know how this like mental warfare goes.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm gonna go get dinner, but then I'll come back. Make sure you're still rolling.
Oh my gosh, well, my fingers would probably start bleeding, but.
And it starts. Hour 1 begins.
Another night of crying my eyes out, thinking of you. What do? I do. Another night of crying my eyes out, thinking of you. Can't picture me, no you. You were right, I was wrong. I am weak, you are strong. I can't sleep when you're gone. I should have put you first. Now I know you deserve everything in this world. Baby, no more sleeping in my place. Told me that you needed space. How'd I let you get away? No. Another night of crying my eyes out, thinking of you. What do? I do. Another night of crying my eyes out, thinking of you. You picture me, no you. Lonely nights you've been gone. How did we come undone? I stay up till the sun. They say boys should not cry, but since you said goodbye, my pillow ain't been dry. Oh, no more sleeping at my place. Told me that you needed space. How'd I let you get away? No. Another night of crying my eyes out, thinking of you. What do? I do. Another night of crying my eyes out, thinking of you. Can't picture me, no you. Won't you come right back, yeah? Won't you bring it right back, yeah? Won't you come right? Won't you come right? Won't you bring it right back to me, Won't you come right back, yeah? Won't you bring it right back? Won't you come right? Won't you come right? Won't you come right? Another night of crying my eyes out, thinking of you. Can't picture me, no you. Woo! Waking up. I'll be honest, I've been waking up a little late, so I probably could have warmed my voice up more, but
all good, bro. You sounded fantastic. And
thanks,
someone
dude.
in the comment section said there's a rumor out there that when you sing, an angel gets its wings. Can you confirm?
I hope the angel doesn't fall because I just stopped singing.
Don't worry, they're quarantined on the couch too, bro. They don't need to fly right now.
Nah, that's cool. I mean, it's been cool, honestly. Like, you know, I just did the Global Citizen live stream and the Virginia radio station too, and it's cool. You know, like it's like intimate, like it's small groups because obviously, like people. You would think like people have so much time to look at their phones right now, but it's like people also spend a lot of time with their family and loved ones. So it's cool. Like right now, 90 people at this second. It's like, that's pretty intimate. That's pretty cool to me. So.
And it's kind of like a whole new spin on reality because now people, a lot of times, the way they can have a dinner with their family is through their phone. When it used to be like, hey, get off your phone during the dinner table. Now it might be the only way you can see your family if you're having like a Zoom dinner or Instagram live dinner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude, and
wild like that.
it's just cool because I don't know, we're all making the best of it. It's definitely not ideal. I've literally been trapped in 800 square feet for the past 4 weeks, but I kind of like it. I don't know, but I know
It's a
some
mixed
people.
bag. It's kind of like pros and cons. So
Yeah, I mean, the thing is I feel like I'm always going 100 miles an hour, and I feel like I never even have time to enjoy being home and doing nothing. So, not that I'm doing nothing, but I have more time, or at
yeah,
least I'm home. It feels good, you know? And, I know some people are probably going like insane right now, and they're probably just, but it's gonna get better, you know.
of course. And if everybody stays in the house, that's the key. If we all stay in the house, I mean,
Yo,
we'll limit
yeah,
it.
it's
So
it's important, a little face mask vibe. Why not? I don't know. It's pretty cool actually, because I guess the last time I've been outside was like probably 2 weeks ago, and I was just running.
really, 2 weeks.
Yeah, I literally I was just going to the grocery store because I needed like a little something, and it's like right next to me. So I walk there, and it's kind of crazy because here in LA, it's like people actually are like they're almost paranoid. It's good though, where it's like you're walking on the street and like people start dispersing distance, and even friends that are walking together, like no one's like neck and neck together, and like people are really taking this seriously, and like I think that's awesome because it makes me a little less anxious when I have to go outside on the sidewalk. It's like, but it means that everyone's also, we all got one goal in mind now because we all just want to go back to somewhat normal life, and we'll probably get there. So it's gonna
Yeah.
be the best, like St. Patrick's. What do they say? St. Patrick's, Easter, July 4th party in August. It's gonna be sick.
All in one. We'll have the American flag and Irish hat on.
Oh my gosh, it's
It's
gonna
gonna be
be
amazing.
great. You got to bring out the American flag bathing suit shorts. So
That's a necessity. And before you get to another song, I think there was a lot of requests for "Half Gone." You cool with that?
yeah, I'll rip it.
You'll rip a little ripping and a tearing, bro, with the American flag
Oh my,
limb
that
trucks.
one. This one's gonna be a nice reach. I can't wait. It's alright. I got like a good
Blame
heart.
them. Blame them, not me.
Ooh, these strings. Alright, I gotta remember. I always forget, even though I made the song. You had all my love in the palm of your hand, but that wasn't enough, and I don't understand why. I gave you all my time, now it's yours, isn't mine. Oh, 'cause you stole all the love from the palm of my hand. I thought time and some space might just steal all this pain, but I know that it's hopeless. Yeah. How can I love when my heart's half gone? There's not enough left for me to move on. Yeah, you took every piece, but the one that I needed was you all along. How can I love when my heart's half gone? How can I love when my heart's half gone? I lost my head on my shoulders, no, I wasn't thinking straight. And the more I got to know you, the more you would get from me. How could I be so blind, captivated by those eyes? I lost my head on my shoulders, no, I wasn't thinking straight. How can I love when my heart's half gone? It's not enough left for me to move on. Yeah, you took every piece, but the one that I needed was you all along. How can I love when my heart's half gone? Ooh. How can I love when my heart's half gone? I thought time and some space might just steal all this pain, but I know that it's hopeless. Yeah. Well, I thought time and some space might just steal all this pain, but I know that it's hopeless. Yeah. How can I love when my heart's half gone? There's not enough left for me to move on. Yeah, you took every piece, but the one that I needed was you all along. How can I love when my heart's half gone? Oh, I had an itch on my nose the whole time.
You had an itch the whole time? I thought you were going to sneeze.
I was waiting for it. There's like, it's crazy. People always ask me, they're like, yo, do you ever have to sneeze when you're singing? And the answer is yeah, like all the time. It's like as soon as I start singing, it's like, oh, I have to sneeze. So I always like do this before I go on a song. And it's like sometimes mid-song. But it's weird when you just keep singing, the sneezing sensation goes away. Because it would be super awkward. Think about it. If you're just like, how can I? And you're just like,
and are you a one hit and quit it when it comes to sneezes, or are you a multiple sneezer? You ever see someone that has to sneeze like 3 or 4 consecutive times and you're kind of like, what is wrong with you?
I'm like, sometimes it's 3. A lot of times it's 1 or 2. It's really inconsistent. I've noticed, though, I have a rhythm when I cough. I don't know what it is. I just know that there's like, it's always the same cough. It's like, I don't know. It's not a good time to cough on camera right now.
But if you did, it'd be on beat.
Yeah, but like, I also know because I don't really get sick. I have a weird immune system where I won't get sick for years, and then like I'll just get wrecked with the flu for like 2 days, and then the next 2 years I'm good. It's crazy.
That's a good thing, though. You seem like you're disappointed. Like, man, I wish I'd get sick more.
No. I love that I don't get sick. It's awesome. And like, but I notice I start to get sick when my cough loses its rhythm.
That is the most insane thing I've ever heard anybody say, but that's also amazing. That is
I might just be convinced. I might just be convincing myself, but I swear I'm convinced that's the case.
You'll be like, did anyone else hear that? I just coughed off key. I gotta get home. I gotta get some orange juice.
It's real though, and it's funny because like I have the same cough, like the rhythm. Like my mom has the same cough. It's weird. It's just like it's weird stuff. But
that is one of the most interesting things anyone has ever told me. But that's actually pretty cool, man.
But on a healthier note, like I'm thriving right now.
There you go.
I've been crushing the social distancing. I think it's awesome. And you know what the best part is about this whole thing? Like, there's some friends where it's like, you know, you grow up and you're still friends. You just haven't talked to them in a minute. Yeah. It's like now is the best excuse to just lob in FaceTimes. And, you know, sometimes it's fun on the flip side when you have, like, ex-girlfriends calling you. But because it's fun. You go down memory lane and you're just kind of messing around. Like, remember that one time? And it's like, oh, wait, now I remember why this didn't work. But it's, you know, and it's like, oh, yeah, I kind of dropped the ball there. My bad. But you know, it's cool. Like, even though like we're physically distant, I feel like this is the most in tune people have been with, like just trying to talk to people. I feel like it's like winter break in high school or something, and it's like you're home and you don't know what to do, so you're just texting all your friends. It's kind of cool.
That's the perfect way to put it. I mean, look at us right now, man. We wouldn't be doing this otherwise. Like, you'd be on the road. I'd be doing my show. So I mean, it's really cool. It's a real cool thing among all this not so cool stuff, you know. It's bringing the best out of people for the most part.
Yeah, and I mean, it's tough, but I check the news every day, and it seems like there's been slightly more positive news. But the worst thing I realized you could do is like just go
watch the news.
No, you like watching it at like 10 p.m. when you're like, I'm gonna try to get some sleep because you're gonna give yourself a panic attack, and like, you know. It's just the anxiety and all that stuff. It's like, it's the same news in theory, which is terrible. But you just can't look at the numbers every second and be like, oh, it's going up. It's coming closer to me. It's like, you just got to do what you're told to do. And, you know, that and a little bit of luck, like, I think we're going to work out just fine with this.
And that's the advice to listen to you. That's the one bit of advice that actually follow your lead on that one.
Yo, it's important because, like, I have a lot of friends that'll text me. They'll be like, oh, the case number's up. And it's like, yeah, like, that's terrible. And it's like, but we've heard this news from 2 weeks prior, like, people getting sick. And I'm not saying be insensitive, but, like, you know, just don't let it mess you up in the sense that, you know, do what you can do, donate, inform yourself, social distance. I mean, that's just as good as a friggin' donation, honestly. And it's like, that's mad important. And it's like, but don't stress yourself out about it. Like, you're doing the best that you can possibly do as long as you're following your guidelines. And like, I don't know, everyone seems to be crushing it in my neighborhood, so that makes me pretty happy. But, you know, I think we'll get through it. I want to have a nice pool party in the summer.
There you go. You got to pull out back. You got to pull out the house or in the complex.
Yeah. Nice little rooftop pool. So that's cool.
That's legit. I like that. Is that the first thing you're gonna do when things are back to normal? Pool party? Is that
I'm going. I guess I could do it now, but I'm gonna go to the beach, just jump in the ocean. I'm just, I don't know. I guess you could go to the beach and like people are social distancing, but I don't even run the risk. I literally haven't left my house in the last time I went gross 2 weeks. I literally have stayed put for 2 weeks.
That's impressive. You play video games at all? My boss is gonna go nuts on that one. You play any video games?
Of course. Yeah.
What are you on?
I mean 2K, obviously. I've been I'm so late to the party, but like the Fortnite thing.
Oh, he's gonna kill me. He's gonna kill me that you said that. That's so incredible because he always tries to claim I play Fortnite.
I downloaded it I got it like 2 years ago, and I'm terrible, by the way. It's just kind of therapeutic, but my buddies are really good, so they're putting the weight on their backs. So they're always carrying me, but I'm getting better as I play more, and it's like, it's pretty enjoyable. I just downloaded the new Call of Duty. That thing is so hard. I heard
Warzone. Warzone's pretty late on that, right?
It's so hard. It's painfully hard, but like, I don't know. You know what this sounds crazy, minus the intent, like Grand Theft Auto. Yeah. I mean, we all know the connotation of the game is mixed, but I try to avoid the dark parts of the game. I literally just like to drive around, because since I can't really drive around now, I just drive around, and it's a map based on LA. So I'm like, oh, this is kind of nice. And I'm just driving around, chilling.
Is it pretty accurate? I mean, it's pretty accurate based on the map itself?
Yeah, it's smaller, but they've nailed areas. So it's like the Sunset Strip. They have every building nailed to a T. And this game is almost 5 years old. It's mental. Like, they crushed it. And it's like, I don't know, just driving around aimlessly in the game. I don't know why, but that works as therapy for me. I know some people like yoga. I mean, I'm flexible, but that's a lot of movement for me. And it's like, you just got to find that one little thing that just like makes you...
Your happy place. Basically, you're zen.
Try to break the monotony of doing everything the same every single day. Because in theory, I mean, for the first 2 weeks, I did the same thing. Woke up, made breakfast, and I was like, all right, I'll work on a beat for a little bit. And then I just like binged movies. And I was like, I'm going to get bored and lose my mind if I do this. So like, I try to just start flipping up random things. Like, I started eating breakfast on my balcony now.
There you go.
I just moved here, so I don't have any balcony furniture, but I sit on the floor, and it's pretty great. Like, the sun hits, and it's like a little sun to the face never hurt. Well, I won't get too far there, but like, it's good for the face, you know?
Yeah, breakfast on the balcony.
Yeah.
And Stephen, before you go, you mind just dropping one more song on us, and then we can tell everybody have a good Thursday?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
This has been fun, man. I really appreciate it, man. It's been real cool. I learned about you coughing on beat, your breakfast balconies. Like, I've learned a lot about you.
It is Thursday. Oh, my God. I forgot about that.
The days blend, too, man. The days blend. It's like one giant Monday.
I try not to look at the dates because, like, I don't know. I feel like if you just kind of keep going with it, it would go. All right. Well, I'm going to hit this out. This one's called Look Away. I don't want to think about you and nobody else but you. Oh, nobody. I don't want to jump to these conclusions, but I felt what I felt. Maybe I'm paranoid. Got these thoughts in my head, that I can't avoid. No, was looking at you the other day. Yeah, you used to look in my eyes, now you look away. I was looking at you the other day. Yeah, you used to look in my eyes, now you look away. Oh. Yeah, you used to look in my eyes, now you look away. I couldn't help but realize you kissed me kinda weak, kiss me kinda weak. Well, maybe I'm just making a big deal over nothing, over nothing. Maybe I'm paranoid, got these thoughts in my head, yeah, that I can't avoid, no. I was looking at you the other day. Yeah, you used to look in my eyes, now you look away. Oh, I was looking at you the other day. Yeah, you used to look in my eyes, now you look away. Oh, yeah, you used to look in my eyes, now you look away. Ooh, 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 ooh. You're so beautiful, makes me insecure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was looking at you the other day. You used to look in my eyes, now you look away. Oh, I was looking at you the other day. Yeah, you used to look in my eyes, now you look away. Oh, boom.
Thank you so much, Steven. This is fun, bro. I really appreciate it.
Dude, thank you for the interview. I enjoyed it. Killed a good hour.
So, man. I mean, I guess I got to keep a little bit of company on the couch, man. We got to talk about your coughing on beat. I'll never forget that. Next time we see each other, I'm definitely bringing that up to see how you feel. I'm going to make you cough before you come into the studio next time.
I'm down. Hopefully it's like way after this though, so it's not too
yeah.
forward.
I think that's the only option we have.
But also I hope it's soon to where like I actually get to come hang and say what up. So
I'd appreciate it. Like I said, Steven, thanks again for hooking us up with an at-home wildlife, bro. You're awesome. Enjoy your chicken. Enjoy your chicken, right? Enjoy this frozen chicken. That's all you got right now. Get out.
I'll work on it. Thank you guys. And
all right,
have
man.
a good Thursday.
You too, man. Peace.
Peace.
And that was another at-home wildlife, guys. Thank you so much for listening. We have JP Sachs tomorrow. So other than that, like I said, just keep it locked at Wild955FM right here on the gram. As always, thank you guys so much. And yeah, we'll be seeing you guys soon. Peace.